For my IFB102 mini project, I used a Raspberry Pi and a temperature sensor to display temperature and humidity data on a local web server. So there's three main parts to this project. There's the sensor, the Python programs, and the web server. So for the sensor, it's a DHT11 temperature and humidity sensor, and it's connected straight to the Pi through the GPIO pins. Basically how it works, there's a few conductors inside with resistive materials in between, and that resistance changes based on the temperature and the humidity. And those changes are measured and processed and basically become the data from the sensor. So now I'll jump on over to the Pi and show you how the rest of it works. Okay, so onto the Python programs. There's three programs, one of them for collecting data from the sensor and creating HTML, and then two for creating graphs. So this is the first program used for collecting data and creating HTML for the web page. To communicate with the sensor through Python, I use the Adafruit DHT library. So this bit of the program basically just receives data from the sensor, converts it into strings with date and time stamps, and then adds those to text files in the project directory. And those files are later used for graphing. The next part of the program is just to regenerate the HTML for the web page that's on the Apache 2 server. So basically the point of this is just to add the temperature and humidity values and the date and time values into the HTML so it displays the most recent readings on the web page. And that's just done using the variables from up above. The web page is also set to refresh every 60 seconds, so it always shows the most recent readings, and it syncs up with the data collection from the sensor, which runs every minute. So here's the website. Kept it pretty simple. I made it with Bootstrap, so it's responsive, so it displays correctly on a computer or a mobile phone or whatever you're on. So it's got those values that were added into the HTML up here for the most recent readings. And then you've got the graphs for temperature and humidity, and then a download button which retrieves the original text file that's stored in the project directory. These are the other two programs they use for making the graphs that you saw on the web page. So basically how these work, it uses the matplotlib library, and basically it just opens the text file, reads through each line, and then adds the temperature value to a Y list, and then the date and time string to an X list, and those become the data points. So down here there's just a few properties like the resolution, the number of labels on the x-axis and the angles of the x-axis labels, and then just a few headings and axis limits. And then that's just saved to an image, which is what's inside the HTML. So this whole process is all automated using a simple bash script and cron tab. So the bash script is basically just to run the three Python programs at the same time, and then that's put into cron tab to run every minute. So this is the bash script, pretty simple, just runs each of the three Python programs. And then this is run in cron tab every minute by just putting an asterisk in every field. So that's pretty much it.